The 49ers just announced their final cuts, as well as their 53-man roster for 2021. Here are the final cuts. Tight end Jordan Matthews. Wide receiver Travis Benjamin. Wide receiver Simba Webster. Cornerback Alex Myers. Safety Haha Clinton Dix. Center Jake Brendel. Tight end Michael Pruitt. Fullback Josh Hokett. Wide receiver River Craycraft. Defensive lineman Darian Daniels. Guard Senio Calamity. Linebacker Elijah Sullivan. Running back Wayne Gallman. Linebacker Justin Hilliard. Defensive end Eddie Yarbrough. Cornerback Dante Johnson. Defensive end Alex Barrett. Offensive lineman Alfredo Gutierrez. Offensive lineman Corbin Kafusi. Safety Jared Maiden. Offensive lineman Colton McKivitz. Offensive lineman Dakota Shepley. And quarterback Nate Sudfeld. Here is the 53-man roster. Quarterback Jimmy Garoppolo and Trey Lance. The 49ers were smart to keep only two quarterbacks because Nate Sudfeld is not NFL caliber. He can sign with the practice squad and run the scout team in practice. Running back Raheem Mostert, Trey Sermon, JaMychal Hasty, and Elijah Mitchell. Cutting Wayne Gallman looks like an obvious mistake. He's an NFL caliber running back who most likely will get signed by another team. And the 49ers got rid of him so they could keep players at other positions who probably wouldn't have made other rosters. We'll see if the 49ers can sign Gallman to the practice squad. The good news is Jeff Wilson Jr. should return mid-season. Fullback, Kyle Juszczyk, best fullback in the league. Wide receiver, Brandon Ayuk, Deebo Samuel, Trent Sherfield, Mohamed Sanu, Jalen Hurd, and Jawan Jennings. The 49ers kept Hurd because they spent a third-round pick on him. They've waited 2 years for him to get healthy, and he's finally healthy. He hasn't actually earned anything, and he might not stay healthy for long, if history is any indicator. Hurd, Sanu, and Jennings are replaceable. Tight end, George Kittle, Ross Dwelley, and Charlie Werner. Werner is replaceable. The 49ers should have kept Gallman over him. Offensive tackle, Trent Williams, Mike McGlinchey, Jalen Moore, and Tom Compton. Compton is another replaceable player. In fact, he's the worst player on the roster. Heaven forbid he ever has to play in a real game. Guard, Laken Tomlinson, Daniel Brunskill, and Aaron Banks. Cutting Colton McKivitz was the right move because he's terrible. The 49ers drafted him in round 5 last year. Compton can play guard if the 49ers are really desperate. Center, Alex Mack. If he gets injured, Brunskill will take his place. Defensive line, Nick Bosa, Eric Armstead, Javon Kinlaw, Samson Ebukam, Dee Ford, DJ Jones, Kentavious Street, Zach Kerr, Arden Key, Kevin Givens, and Maurice Hurst. The 49ers kept an extra defensive lineman this season because they have 11 good ones. Smart decision. Linebackers, Fred Warner, Dre Greenlaw, Marcel Harris, Azeez Al-Shaair, and Demetrius Flanagan-Foles. The 49ers traded undrafted free agent Jonas Griffith this morning to make space for Marcel Harris. They should have kept Griffith. Cornerback, Jason Verrett, Emmanuel Mosley, K'Wan Williams, Diamador Lenore, Ambry Thomas, Devontae Harris. Never heard of Harris. Legitimately didn't know he was on this team. Remarkable. He's another guy who's worse than Gallman. Safety, Jimmy Ward, Jaquaski Tart, Talanoa Hufanga, and Tavon Wilson. The 49ers released Jared Maiden so they could keep veteran Tavon Wilson, which seems like a mistake. Maiden has potential to improve and Wilson doesn't. Hopefully for the 49ers, they can sign Maiden to their practice squad. Specialists, Robbie Gould, Mitch Wishnowsky, Tabor Pepper. No surprises here.